Budgy Smuggler is an Australian-owned swimwear company which is family-run and owned by a few 20-year-olds who aspire to never have a traditional desk job. Budgy Smugglers are a pair of swimmers which are 100% Australian-made with top-quality fabric, made here in a factory in Sydney. It all began in a backyard when a few guys were mucking around and riding Budgy Smugglers on their backs, when they thought it would be a good idea to make it into a business. Upon realising that the rest of the world hasn't enjoyed the privilege of seeing a sweaty 60-year-old man seamlessly strut his stuff down to the water in an all-revealing pair of Budgy Smugglers, our group has decided to take this sight for sore eyes international. We have decided that this polarising brand would be best suited for the beach bodies of New Zealand and the Philippines, and this is why. The political stability of New Zealand is a key pillar of its society and one of the main reasons we chose this country. It's a democracy and it has been voted the third most stable country in the whole world.
Currently, $1 Australian equals 1.09 New Zealand dollars, which is relatively similar. New Zealand's GDP was around 230 billion in 2016, whereas the nominal GDP was 261 billion. Products are less of scarcity in New Zealand, so therefore people spend more, which helps carries out the circulation of money all over the country in terms of buying capital goods, luxury products and necessary products. New Zealand has a population of 4.746 million and is expected to rise.
Since Australia and New Zealand have shared beliefs and attitudes, the tastes of the populations are similar. Lately, a rise in Kiwis' disposable income have supported the retail industry, and the fact that the median age of their population is 37 years, our products and unique designs appeal to younger populations.
The tech sector in New Zealand has doubled in the last 6 years and is now valued at $6 billion New Zealand dollars. Out of the Kiwis who are online actively, 81% of them use YouTube, 79% of them use Facebook, and 46% of them use Instagram. Considering Budgy Smuggler's huge online presence, we will look to leverage that as we go overseas.
Australia and New Zealand share multiple trade agreements, but the most relevant to export Budgy Smuggler is UNCERTA. This trade agreement allows you to export products free of duty if they meet the rules of origin requirement. And Budgy Smuggler being 100% made in Australia, we pay no export tax. Budgy Smugglers will as well need to get an IRD number in order to pay their taxes and be registered with the New Zealand Companies Office.
New Zealand is 900 kilometres away from Australia and has a unique ecological system. It is located in the southwest of the Pacific Ocean, made up of two main islands, which is naturally surrounded by water and has many coastal beaches. In the summer, the maximum temperature ranges from 20 to 30 degrees, but ultimately the climate varies from warm subtropical in the far north to cool climates in the far south. New Zealand is conscious of its corporate social responsibility. Even though the product is being designed and manufactured in Sydney, Australia, the notion of waste and transportation is important to be executed mindful of the environment.
The next country we will be exporting to is the Philippines.
In January 1st, 2010, the Australia-New Zealand Free Trade Agreement was put in place for Australian businesses to follow in any exporting activities to various countries, including the Philippines. Likewise, fashion products such as swimwear brands abide to no tariffs. Furthermore, Philippines tries to demonstrate a well-balanced political system, comprising of its democratic republic, representative, and presidential elements. Philippines is operated under a presidential figure. Philippine corporate tax is 30%. Since 2016, Philippines' GDP has grown on an average of 6.7% annually. Furthermore, since 2016, the average Filipino income has increased by 20%, which allows for more disposable income levels. Currently, European and American fashion brands dominate the Philippine market. Philippine retailers put a big focus on the holiday seasons, spring and summer, in which there is an influx of spending in their economy.
The Philippines have the 4 largest malls in the world. 204 brands have entered in the last 7 years, and they will continue to sustain and renew interest from foreign retailers. Australia is now recognised in the global fashion market, and endorsement of celebrity and fashion icons in Australia has helped boost Australia's fashion image in the Philippines. The Filipino average working class age is 24, meaning they have a young population and there are growing numbers of young professionals. This means brands will cater for adventurous consumers who are willing to try new brands and products. The young population results in a large social media population. Fashion bloggers and influencers are also approached to increase brand awareness and encourage consumers to purchase the products. There is also a large celebrity culture where the aspirational crowd will normally purchase what the celebrity is seen in.
Bribery of public officials in Philippines is a crime. Further, beginning to operate businesses in Philippines, one has to follow the Australian-New Zealand Free Trade Agreement, which has been set in place for countries similar to Philippines. As a legal requirement for importing into Philippines, businesses must provide the following documents before they begin trade: package list, invoices, bill of lading, import permit, customs import declaration, and certificate of origins.
The average weather in the Philippines is 26.6 degrees Celsius, which can be attributed to its proximity to the equator and its tropical weather that follows. This makes for perfect climate to launch a swimwear brand.
After careful consideration of these two markets, New Zealand and the Philippines seems to be the perfect market for Budgy smugglers. This is due to the political, economical, social, technological, legal, and environmental characteristics that align with the expansion plan of Budgy Smuggler.